So guys, I've been fixing hydration errors and I'm sure it's coming from my CDN, the one for my icons. So I'm going to get rid of all these icons for now. And I'll get rid of this one too. Then I'll change this to our button doesn't have an icon anymore. So let's call our balance function, then we'll check it out. Alright, line 36, you can see our balance function has now been called. So let's call it inside the use effect. If wallet contract is ready, get balance. Then when we're displaying our balance, let's add the symbol. So around here, line 101, I'll write the eat sign or Gueli eat. Okay, then I'll save. Let's check it out. Okay, it's working fine. We have 0 because we haven't made any transaction and our symbol is showing. So let's work on the depositing. After depositing, we'll work on transfer. So on my input, I'll add an event listener here. On input, I'll put on change. Then on my button, I'll use on click event. Make a deposit. So let's create these functions. So I'm going to create a function for amount under my balance. Update amount. It's an asynchronous function. Takes an event as its parameter. Then let's handle the event. Let value equals event dot target value. Then we need to make this a state variable because we would like to have the amount accessible from anywhere. So I'll create a state variable for that. Alright, let's set the amount. So here I'll set amount as value. Now we have a value as a state variable. Let's create the function to make a transfer. Sorry, to make a deposit. Let's do try catch. So try await wallet contract dot methods dot deposit. We define this function on our smart contract. And since this is a transaction that is going to change the state of the blockchain, we're not going to use a call method now. We're going to use the send method. So dot send. And this call method takes in properties and value. One is the from, as who is sending, and the value. This value is the message.value in our solidity, and this from is the message.send of our solidity. And if you remember, we did save address as a state variable. So the current address is from our MetaMask. Then the value will be amount. By the way, we can't just send the value like this. We have to convert it to way. So what I'm going to do here is I'll use my Web3 library. It has a function for converting values into way. So web3.utils dot to way. Then I'll pass in my value. But this value has to go in as string. So I'll use my string literals here. JavaScript has a string literal that makes variable looks like string or work like string, but they still contain the value of the variable. And the second parameter here is going to be the denomination you're converting from. Right. We're good to go here. And this side too, our value needs to be passed in as string. I use the string interpolation here or string literal here. Then I'll pass in my amount. Alright. Everything looks good. Let's catch our error. So I'll set error here. As error dot message. Then save. So check it out. Alright, it's done refreshing. So let's try 0.000. I'll cancel this. Cancel it again. You can ignore it. 1 and hit deposit. This should invoke MetaMask. Alright, looks like the deposit function is working. Alright, MetaMask is downloading. Let's confirm this transaction. I think we should monitor the transaction. The deposit is still pending. Alright, the deposit was successful. So our balance should update at any second. Something is wrong. Our balance is supposed to update even before MetaMask. The last transaction did went through, but there was a bug in our code, and I found it here. It's an underscore here. This doesn't need an underscore. We're catching the value attribute. So save this and let's try again. This time, let's refresh. Alright, let's try this one more time. 0.0001 deposit. Let's wait for MetaMask to finish coding, then we'll confirm this transaction. Alright, this time we're seeing something better. 0.001. So let's confirm. Let's monitor the transaction and monitor our wallet balance too. Our transaction is still pending. Booyah! That's reflected here on our wallet, and MetaMask is still showing pending. I told you our wallet is supposed to be faster than MetaMask. Alright, this is in wave format, so let's change it to ether. So what I'm going to do is here I'll convert the balance to from wave with my web3 library. web3.utils dot from wave should go in as a string too. So I'll use my string literal, and save. Now let's check it out. Still refreshing. Good. Now balance and the denomination is now in ethers. Alright, let's work on the transfer. So let's move down a bit. In the input, I'll do the same thing here. I'll add an unchanged event listener for my input. Equals update amount. No, update address, because the transfer and the deposit are sharing the same input for amount, but the transfer has its own separate input for the receiver's address. So meaning if you're making a deposit, you don't need an address, because by default you're depositing to our smart contract. But if you're making a transfer, something is leaving the smart contract, so it needs an address of individual. We did set individual in our smart contract, so let's do that here. Update. No, let's just do, should we leave this as update individual or set individual? You know what, let's use set individual. Set individual. Then for my button, I'll use on click. Make a transfer. Alright, save these and these functions. So for set individual, let's work on the individual first. So under my make deposit, I'm going to create a function constant set individual equals, let's make it an asynchronous function. Then you should catch the event too. Let individual equals event dot target dot value. So let's save this individual as a state variable. So let's create a state variable for it. By the way, when I was debugging, I had to change this to 0. So I'm using state 0 here. Constant individual set individual, use state, empty string, then let's make the individual a state variable here. By the way, change this to uppercase I. Good. Then I'll set individual here as the individual declared up. And save. Let's create the make transfer function. Constant make a transfer. It's an asynchronous function too. And let's do a try catch here again. Await our wallet contract dot method dot transfer send. Right. Takes in parameter of from and the value, which is the message dot value. We check our solidity code.